G'day, how you doing? Today I'm taking you to my village, Mapua. I want to show you the whole place. It's frigging awesome. Come with me. Currently driving past Pine Hill Reserve, entering into Mapua Ruby Bay. Heaps of cyclists bike down here through the Taste Trail, and on our left hand side is a wee bunch of shops. There's a kitchen takeaway, there's a hair salon, and there's also a hair salon further down. And on my right hand side there's an art gallery. There's a lady there, she's got a hair salon set up in a caravan on the side of the road. She's been doing that for a few years. The Mapua School, which is a fantastic school, which I used to teach music at before I became a YouTuber. This was one of the places I used to do tutoring. As Mapua grows, the school has to keep getting bigger because more and more people come here, and I think it's probably just about its capacity now. When this building used to be the Mapua Tavern, man, we had some messy nights here. I used to play music in there and we used to get really messed up. It was good because you didn't have to worry about driving home, because I was living in the village, get up, play guitar at night, drink more than my fair share of whiskey, and go home. My truck would be parked outside and I'd sort of sway home. Wow, look at that wind vane. Wow. There you go, if you want to come to Mapua, you can't do better than that. $20 a night powered. And up here, check this out, we're going to check this out. Knife making and blacksmith courses. I've got to check that out sometime. Right here in Mapua. Awesome. And look at this little train here. How cool is that? Made out of old washing machines? I think so. Someone's using the innovation there, that's brilliant. That kind of reminds me of the old Fred Flintstone car. This is an interactive setup, so a lot of what you see you're allowed to touch and play with, whereas a lot of shops you're not. It's got some amazing artwork in here, absolutely awesome. Oh wow, I can see that on my wall at home. Just look at the floor. Wow. Wow. Man, it's brilliant. What little man wouldn't want one of those? Or little girl for that matter. People in here just loving this stuff, you can see why. Wow, that's awesome. I know a little girl that would love that. So you're making a little tune when you turn that, are you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's Andreas. It pretty much is his place here. Even big boys like to play with stuff like this. What have we got, Andreas?
Well, these ones come in the kit set. You put them together. You just need a bit of light. Sunlight is always better, of course.
Right. Tell us about the place, bro.
Well, we're a bit different. Because first of all, we make a lot of things next door.
Right.
We're trying to bring a bit of creativity back. So a lot of items still need to be assembled. Just people. It's good for people to do stuff with their hands. A lot of people don't even know how to change a light bulb anymore. So maybe hopefully that will lead to more.
Oh wow.
There's a lazy Susan, you see?
That's brilliant, man.
So it's got all sorts of inbuilt features.
Jeez.
Rotisserie in there. Even a winch where you can wind up the entire grill.
Oh, so you can put your little spit roast pig in there?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I'm loving that, mate.
So, and when you finish, at the end, you can turn the whole thing into a nice brazier. Just like that.
That is clever.
Put some LED features in there, a bit of disco ambience.
I can see that, yeah.
So just to make it a bit different. So even though it's happy weekends, they can finally do their own thing on their own little grill here. There's the separation, you know, they don't have to worry about food that's getting contaminated.
Check out this clock. Don't ask me how it works. I got no idea how that's working, man. That's just magic going on right there.
Well, a lot of people think that I sold it to chain together, but I have not. So this frame hangs within that frame. Yeah, so we'll get a little bit of quirky stuff.
Yeah.
One of our latest little.
I wouldn't want to look at that after having any chemicals or too many whiskies. That would probably wreck your head.
We'll start moving. Knives.
Japanese chef's knives. Yeah. Oh man, I've got to come in here.
Ones. Yeah,
Wow.
You either love them or you hate them.
I love them. And more here as well.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Because this one here, this clever little unit, is not just a little fan.
Oh, yeah, right.
Like this little funny box.
Multi-useless box.
There you go. Trying beat the machine.
That's awesome.
Stirling engine.
Stirling engine, so electric motor?
Yeah, electric motor, little Stirling engine. This guy here, Mr. Stirling,
Yep.
he was trying to get rid of the steam engines.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't like the steam engines because the boilers always blew up. So every time when the boiler blew up, a lot of people blew up too.
Yeah,
he was
right.
a Scottish minister, he wasn't very happy about this. And he developed the hot air engine.
The hot air engine.
Yeah. And they all work with either methylated spirit,
Right.
or you put them on a hot drink. And then they work as well.
Wow. Wow.
You come with the kids set too, you put them together.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go. That's where you put your little diamonds in there, just in case, if you have any. And you can paint them as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Nothing is glued, everything's clipped in. Stainless steel, you wind them up, put them together. You don't need any glue, everything's just clipped in.
That's cool.
Yeah, this one is it's brilliant because the first thing you do is you clamp your knife in here, you set the angle.
Yep.
The angle is very easy to establish because all you do is just look through it and
Right.
copy your existing angle. And then here we go, it's just choose your appropriate stones, go always against it, against the grain.
Right.
Either diamond stones or ceramic stones. And when you finish, put it over to the other side. There you go, that one. If you like hunting and fishing, I'll show you my favorite knife. It goes right there, in this drawer. Yeah, that's my favorite knife.
That's a great knife for...
This is Scandinavian. Reindeer horn, birch timber, leather and brass cap, flexible stainless steel blade. So yeah, so not just for fish, also for filleting.
It looks like a fish filleting knife.
Oh, it is, yeah. But because it's got the flexible blade, you can able to use it on meat. So, and it's stainless steel. I cannot stand stuff if it rusts all the time.
Yeah.
Comes in the leather pouch. So I love the Scandinavians work.
Andreas has just been through all of this, and I'm actually going to buy this unit today. It's $245, and I'm also going to buy a pack of those, mate. I'm going to get the diamond one because they last longer than as much as I love the whetstone. But that's what I'm going to get. So we're going to take those today because I am using Japanese whetstones all the time by hand. But I'm at a point now where I want to do it faster, and I've seen how these work. You're saying it's more superior to the Lansky setup?
Oh well, the Lansky is okay, but because you have a flat stone here, if you have a little chip in your knife, then it's very difficult to get rid of that chip with the Lansky. A flat stone, if I show you, if you go slightly sideways but always against it, you can get rid of it.
Awesome.
And also with the system here, you can actually unclamp that vise here, undo that screw, and put a flat file in here.
Right.
And use the handle from the flat file to reshape the knife completely.
Right.
So do all that rough work first with the file, and then you go back to the stones. So it's so much. It's
awesome.
It's fantastic. Well, the angle is always set. You can't go much wrong. Even your grandma can do it now. Well, she probably used to do it before, but anyway. So it's brilliant. I love this system now too. I used to do it by hand, which is great. But if you don't concentrate, if you overbend it in the last second, then the edge is ruined.
Yeah.
And you start from scratch again. So that helps. That makes it much easier now. Yeah.
Awesome.
They want super edges. They want to be able to slice the vegetables and the meat in a way that it doesn't lose any juice.
Yeah.
So they don't want to rip through the food structure. They want to just cut it in slices so the juice stays inside. That's why the Japanese prefer super sharp edges.
So after you've been to Rare Creations and had a look in there, and I'll tell you what, when you go in there, you're going to get stuck like I did. You come in here and have a coffee. This is Jordan's coffee business. Where are you, Jordan? Anybody home? There she is. Tell us about your coffees, mate.
Well, we're the only one in the South Island that supplies this coffee.
Right.
Yeah, so we're a little bit different.
Okay.
All comes from North Shore.
The North Shore.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Two Islands Coffee? Ever heard of that? No, you probably wouldn't have. It's an Australian coffee. Chloe is one of my patrons. She sends it to me. It's the best coffee in the whole cosmos. But I'm going to try your coffee sometime because I'm a coffee person.
It's definitely worth a try.
Worth a try?
Yeah, you get a lot of good feedback.
You get good feedback?
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're Mapua, pop in here and see Jordan and she'll sort you out with a coffee. I'm actually going to go and have one sometime because I love my coffee. I have one coffee in the morning every day with cream.
Yeah, me too.
You too?
It's the way to do it, eh?
It's the way to do it.
Long black with cream.
That's me, long black with cream. Okay, Jordan, see you later, mate. Thanks. I've just pulled over the side of the road to do a screenshot, guys. If you want to get stuff from there, there's the address. I'm actually really excited about this knife sharpening outfit because anything that makes it faster and easier and better, I'm into. All the kids at school, been on a mission somewhere by the looks of it. best impulse buy so far. Okay team, let's carry on down the road. As Mapua gets bigger, all this new infrastructure's had to go in, and that's what's going on right now, and it's been going on for quite some time. So we've got a patchwork and quilting place on the side there, which is interesting to go into if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not. And that's our community church on the left hand side. That's the Hills Community Church. This here is a massive big subdivision of new homes, and I'm kind of like wondering like how it even got to happen, because a lot of this land here is quite low, although the houses are built higher than say this house over here, but the sea's just down there with rising tides. I guess that's what that's all about, but it's got some awesome homes in it. Awesome homes which I would love to show you, but they are people's homes and privacy is important when you're a YouTuber, so I won't. The Mapua Bowling Club, of which I have played quite a few gigs in there in the past. It's quite a wee social club that for people. And these grounds here, which are currently being mowed, this is where the Mapua Easter Fair happens every year. The Mapua Easter Fair used to raise money for the school and also the play centre, and I used to do a lot of music at it and help coordinate the music at one time, but since COVID-19 last year they didn't have it, and I'm not sure what's going on this year, whether it's happening or not. So if you do know, comment below, because I don't know. Behind me is the Mapua skate park for kids, awesome spot, and they're currently putting up a new playground over there. Everything is new in here. I'd like to go in and show you. Still in the plastic wrapper, a lot of the stuff. Great big centipede. Come on, how many of you adults have been one of those early hours in the morning when you've had a few beers on board, eh? So across the road, that's the vet. They're good too. There's also a health centre in there, but I want to show you something that I'm really proud of in our community. The Mapua Community Hall, and this belongs to the people of Mapua. That's right, it belongs to the people of Mapua. We all pitched in and made it happen. The Mapua Hall was put together by a bunch of good people that created a committee, and they did a whole lot of fundraising, because it's the old hall had to be rebuilt. It's currently locked up right now, so I can't show you inside. There's quite a few sponsors that jumped on board for this. The Lotteries Commission, but also us people in the village put money into it. That's all the kitchens where they do all the cooking for all the different shows and things that go on here. There's movies, there's Pilates, it has all sorts of stuff, and I'm going to shout because I've got a tractor right behind me there. That's what it's like when you're a vlogger, you're just going to work with what you got. That's what I've got, a whole lot of noise. Anyway, that's the Mapua Hall, and it's awesome to everybody who actually made that happen. A lot of people put in a lot of money of their own money to make it happen, and it's still there and it serves our community, and I love it. Man, in the old days when it was the old hall, I used to play a few shows there. Oh, we had some good nights. Oh man, it was just like in the old days. That's still good today too. That's the Mapua Pharmacy, and they're just awesome on there, really are. Great service, great people. And more buildings around, commercial. Over there's One Dental. And Tesla May, that's a great place. I went there the other day and I got some nice coat hangers that were like deer heads, they were stag heads. Mapua Village Bakery, they got great pies. And I've been known to go into the bakery there and have the old sneaky pie. Not strictly keto, but their pies are so good, it's hard to say no. Not a bad coffee either. If you like nice stuff, you can't come to Mapua without going into Tessa May's. I'm not going to go in there because the lady's serving a whole lot of people right now. But I did go in the other day and I was absolutely stoked with what I came away with. And it was really well priced too. Cast iron, beautiful stag heads, 2 of them, only $10 each. Really amazing. That's here in Mapua. What do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon I should go in and tell them I'm having a bad hair day and see if they can fix it? Not a lot to work with. Well, back in the day, it was a tiny wee shop. I can remember when this was just one person working there and you were lucky to maybe get your milk fresh. These days, everything's fresh, everything's just brilliant. For a long time, Damon used to run the 4 Square, which just recently taken or changed hands. Great staff, great people, and it's sort of the hub. It's where I go and get my mail. It's where I get my fresh cream, my butter, and produce. Great shop. The stories this place could tell. Now the Spriggan Fern Tavern, but it's had many names and it's had many different people own it and run it. I'm probably missing some of the names it's been called, but I remember it being the Grapes. And up there, boy, we used to have some fun. I can remember tottering down these stairs with my PA system after playing a gig, half pissed, trying not to fall down before I got to the bottom of the stairs. I don't know how I used to carry my gear up there. Now being the Spriggan Fern, I think they had a few issues as more people moved in with the music, so that became less. because of surrounding people. Back in the day, this was the place. It still is. It's still a beautiful place to be. Great food, great people, great service, and now it's Spriggan Fern. What it used to be known as the Tap, I used to run a Tuesday night jam night for kids, and they'd all come down. All my students would come down, and we'd have a competition. We'd run competitions, and we had a lot of fun up there. It was an amazing time for young people to get out and be creative and do their music. They sold a lot of pizzas back in the day too there. I remember Tuesday night was their worst night before I started doing that, and I went in the pub and said to Andy, he was there, "Hey mate, what if I made this your busiest night of the week?" He goes, "Well, I don't think it's going to happen. It's dead on a Tuesday." And I said, "Leave it with me." And so I started bringing my students, and it became their busiest night of the week. We had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun. Zoom, Hair and Beauty. Fantastic people working there, do an awesome job. And all I've ever heard from people who've been in there is that their service and what they do is amazing. Good to get these good positive feedbacks, isn't it? And currently walking past the Mapua Tennis Club, and years ago it actually got burnt down. We had a spate of arson in the village. We used to have an aquarium down by the wharf, and I'll show you down there. On that night they set the aquarium on fire and it burnt all the fish alive. That's right, fish can get burnt, because what happened was, as everything burnt, it collapsed, the tanks broke, and the fish, well, they ended up pretty much dead. I think there was one that survived the whole thing. But on the same night, that also got burnt, the tennis club, and that there was probably a diversion, which makes it a serious arson. They never caught the people that did it either, from what I know. The children were really sad, and I wrote a song called the Aquarium Fire Song, just to help the kids grieve, and we played that, and it was a sad time. People's business got lost, and it was a tragic time because it was an amazing thing in our community. Hey, I've got to show you this though. That's where I have my coffee. That's where I go for the best coffee in Mapua that I reckon is Java Hut. Fantastic people that run it, own it, and the coffee's great. And I always get what I want, which is black coffee with cream. So I sat outside there. That building there, I don't even know how that got there. I drove past one morning, it wasn't there. Came home from work that night, it still wasn't there. Got up the next morning, and in the morning it was there. So it must have popped up in the night. Don't know how they shifted it there, but I just remember from one day to the next it was there. And that's Hardy Kids in there for all the mums to drop off their kids. So that's part of Mapua, but let's go down to the wharf. Back of the Batmobile. Not the window wipers, you egg. It's got on the other side in the truck. There's only one service station here in Mapua with fuel, and that's at Perry's Auto. It's always been called that, and they do a great job. Everything you need, it's all good. They didn't used to have this originally. Well, a long time ago, when they did put it there, it made a big difference, because we stopped getting wet. That was years ago though. We're talking years and years ago. I've been around a long time. This is the gem in Mapua, the Mapua Health Centre. What a place, what people, awesome. And I have to drive in here, guys and girls, I have to drive in here just to tell you a little bit about the place. This is the back entrance, and for people that are really, really crook and don't want to be seen in the public, you can come in here and you can get your, what should I say, infusions. This is where I went to get infusions when I was getting over cancer after my operation, and came in here, and the people, absolutely next level care. Dr. Tim Ewer is the one that sort of cranked all this thing years ago. He's been here, but there's a whole lot of new doctors in here and new people working, and it's fantastic. I'm actually showing you the libraries I'm talking. That's the library behind me there, which we'll pop and have a look too. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember them. And this is where we come to honour them on Anzac morning each year. And this here, this is the grass we stand on early in the morning to remember them. It's important to us, really important. A lot of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And that's the memorial for fallen comrades. And that there is the Mapua Library. It's a bloody good library too. Holy shit. I just got back into my car, I left it unlocked, and when I came back I found this in it. Let me show you what this is. This is the best food, this is the most loved food in New Zealand. Can you guess? Not pavlova, you guessed yet? Lamb? You'd be close, but no, come on, think. What is it that us Kiwis really love? What is it right at the top? Give you a clue, starts with W. WH, white. That's right, white bait. I don't know who it was, there's no note there, but look at that. Come on, who was this? Oh mate, really? Really? Oh jeez, it's unbelievable. Holy shit. I really don't know why good things like this happen to me, but hey mate, whoever you were, well done sneaking into the car while it was left unlocked, well done. And mate, thank you very much, that is so appreciated. Top shelf good bastard, that's who it was that put that in my car, thank you. Well, after that good buzz, I'm going to show you another good buzz. Just can't believe that white bait. This here is the Mapua Leisure Park. In the day, and I think it still is because I've been here for a long time, it was a nudist park. And when it was a nudist park, when I was 18 years of age, my brother Raymond and I, we used to live over in Hottie Road, and we'd run all the way here just to look at all the naked women, because that's what you do when you're 18. And one time we come over here, and the Lost Breed biker gang were in here, and they were walking around in there, and they had all their clothes, they were fully clad, except one bloke, guy with ginger hair, and he was walking around with just his dick hanging out. Because legally he could do that, so he did. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm not going to go in there because it's private and you've got to sort of belong to there, but I just thought I'd show you. And this of course is the Mapua, and we're going to go over there to the other side, to the wharf now. What you can hear going on there is Schnook. Graham Schnook. He's a craftsman and he makes all these really cool things, always has done, and he's a top shelf good bastard. He'll be working away in there now in his workshop, making some awesome creation. Junk mail. This place is frigging awesome, mate. This is Schnooky, and what are you making today, mate? I heard you doing something.
I'm actually polishing copper.
Yep.
Because I use that on my big wind wands.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's a topping capping piece on them.
Okay.
And it looks good.
Yeah. How does it go? Does it go green after a while in the weather, or is it?
Some of it does, some of it doesn't, and basically it's like that. There's one. There's the good side.
Yeah, right.
There's the other side. Yeah, it does patina.
Right. Yeah. Righto.
Although like that one there.
Yep.
They're old earth straps from a substation.
Oh, okay.
And that's a work in progress.
Right.
They'll be put into a big base soon.
Yep.
And yeah, I ended up with a whole ute load of this copper. So
Cool.
it's fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And well, it's fun to have something new because it gets boring doing the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
But my creative juices are lacking sometimes.
Oh, I think you've been doing it, what, 20 years here now, Snooky?
Oh, yeah, 20, yeah.
Be easy.
That's one cow.
Swamp Curry.
Yep.
And this is an old cylinder tank made into something useful.
Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant. These are awesome.
Yeah, they'll go on steel rods as well.
Beautiful.
And these are bird feeders.
Oh, okay. Geez, that's a great idea.
I just taped a post.
Yeah.
I cover them because I've got a lot of dust here.
Yeah, old hot water cylinders. What
tops
a
and-
great use for that.
All the bottoms.
Bloody brilliant.
Probably used up all your time
No, mate, always got time for you, Snook. Awesome. That's a beauty. Wow.
now. Probably need,
These are solid copper?
yeah, you need a set of those.
Beauty. You reckon I need a set? I've got the cylinder tank at home. I've been thinking, what can I do with it now? I'm getting all these ideas I'm stealing from you, Snooky.
Free. Oh yeah, you can copy. You're welcome to copy.
Ideas are free, but they're not going to be quite the same as yours, are they?
But you won't have the same intellect. Lacking.
Yeah, no, I will be. You're absolutely right. This is made out of barbed wire. Look at the workmanship that's gone to this. Did you do it with big, thick welding gloves on, mate? Shit of a job, yeah. And these here, the couple?
I haven't sold any yet, but I don't care.
No, I know. I'm the same with my art, mate. If he doesn't sell. This looks awesome, this piece you've made up here. What's that, bro?
Like a water feature.
Yeah.
That's got two big pieces.
Marine treated pine. Okay. Beauty. Wind wands, and they move around and they look really cool. Does your wife have any say into what you create sometime? Does she give you ideas and bounce
No.
ideas off?
Sometimes if you work all day on something and she comes down and looks and she goes, you could change that. Well, I don't always listen. My grandkids are the best. They come
Right.
and say, Koro, I like that.
Right. Cool.
Done, job
Yep.
done, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. These all made out of native fence posts and battens.
Native fence posts and battens.
Yep.
Is this from your old moonshine days, Snooky?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you've been known to have a drop or two, haven't you?
I still do.
Good on you, mate. G'day, mate. How you going? Smell my dogs on me?
He's a beautiful nature dog.
Hey, I bet you in your day you would have been a fine hunting dog. You would have with a
Oh, she
nose like
would
that.
have
Yeah.
And you know, I feed her, but my wife's number one. I open the door in the morning.
Yeah.
She walks straight past me and goes right through the house looking at my wife.
Hey, you're an old pig hunter. When's the last time you went out for a hunt? I better drop you some wild pork in here off, I think, eh?
That'd be nice.
I will.
The sounds of an old pig hunting mate of mine who's the same age, he's pensioned his dogs off.
Okay.
And yeah. So occasionally somebody drops me a bit of wild pork and it's bloody nice.
Well, you leave it to me, mate. I'll drop you some off sometime.
There seems to be more and more pig hunters, but there seem to be a lot of pigs around.
There's pigs around. I've got some pork in the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll drop you some off.
I think there's still release programs going on.
Don't talk about that. Hey, it's good to see you. I'll drop you some pork off sometime.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Okay, mate. See you later.
Yeah, cheers.
A whole bunch more of customers just going into Snookies. Check Snookies out. I'll put the address up for you. There's a number. Take a screenshot and go and see him. Well, the Batmobile can stay there because we're going to walk down the street. I'm going to show you a few places on the wharf. That's the Kiriru Gallery. They do jewellery and art in there. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's the Mapua Fire Station, and it's run by a bunch of good bastards, and women too. It's run by good people in our community, top shelf good bastards. I used to be their free, or do all their social work. I'd do all their music for them, and when they'd have their like 25 golden, every year if you've been 25 years in the fire department, you become gold star, and I played the music for that too. I played a lot of music for those guys. Can say that most of them aren't that scared of a hangover either. It's a swell bar, it's a pub. Dean runs it, and his son Sean, him and I have done a bit of pig hunting together. Bloody good pig hunter, and a good bloke too. Sean Boyce. I want to take you down here. This is where Adventure Dan's got his business now. Played a few messy gigs in there and had a lot of fun. Going for a beer sometime, you'll love it. Imagine the work it took to make that. How you doing, bud?
Yeah, right.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you won't see one of those in a while.
This is frigging awesome, Peter. Mate, imagine the hours it took to make that.
Yep.
Shit, I'm loving that. Wow. Where have I seen that before? I've seen that in Germany, outside the Bundesbank. Yeah, that's the one. Man, imagine that in your living room. That is awesome.
Yeah.
What's it made out of, Peter?
That's a magnesium aluminium alloy.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Would you look at this? Holy shit. Here's one from my mate Arb, who's into mountain biking, made out of cycle wheels, the frames. There he is,
Hiding away.
hiding away with his gorgeous wife, Tracy, who's actually a lovely person. I know that because I've known her for a long time, but you guys know this. Adventure Dan, if anyone can. Adventure Dan can.
And he did.
He's a man. Hey, we're overdue for a pig hunt, bro.
Yes, we
Are
are.
we going to make it happen?
We are going to make it happen.
Well, let's do that.
Just have to find a place. Maybe trying to stick another piece of pork up that neck of the woods would be a good idea.
I'd like to be behind you and kick you down the hill and make you trip over like I
Oh,
did
we
in the old
needed
days.
one of those videos.
Yeah.
When Dan fell down and broke his.
Yeah. Hey, bro, while I'm here, tell us about your business, because I know you've got, I know that Awi's making traditional Japanese sushi here, but what are you doing here these days?
What am I doing here these days? Well, I'm sort of carrying on with the burgers and ice creams,
Yep.
coffees. We make some of the best coffee on the wharf.
I've had your coffee here, and you also do, I don't know if you do it for other people, but me being on keto, I came down here and Dan did me a keto burger, which was like a hamburger without bread. And it was, I got to say, the best burger and the best priced one here. And I shouldn't be saying that because I also eat in other places, but it just was. I don't know, that's because you did it.
We definitely go out of our way here to cater for all, so we will do special requirements.
Yep. And Cuzzy Bro's working here too.
Yep, the bro's working here.
How's the Cuzzy Bro going?
Oh, he's a legend, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely a person that adds value to my business. That's
Yep.
for sure in the biggest ways.
Good on you, Cuzzy. And you taking pig hunting too.
Yep, yeah, he comes out for a bit of a sleigh every now and then.
This is what happened to Adventure Dan. I'll show you his truck over here. He's got his own truck. He's got his own pack of dogs. And that's why we don't hunt much anymore, because that's what it's like when you've got your own pack of dogs. You can't really mix them up, eh?
Well, it's a
Doesn't
bit
work.
that way, and starting a new business, I had to put a lot of time and energy into here, eh?
And you fell in love and got
Yeah,
married.
That's yeah. Well,
Yeah.
It was a whirlwind of time. That was for sure. A lot of stuff went down.
He broke my heart. He left me for her. What am I going to say? Always good to see Adventure Dan. Good to see him going well in there. Here's the Golden Bear. I've played a few gigs in there. It's got awesome beer. They do it, make it themselves, always have done, and have great music. Jim puts on really good bands. Probably the best music ever happened in Mapua. Jim's put on right there. All of this here used to be the Mapua Aquarium, and then it got burnt down. And you've got all the different businesses in there. I won't go through each one. You just got to come down to Mapua for yourself. But I do got to show you this. On the side here is the jellyfish, and every morning at 10 o'clock my dad goes in there and has a coffee. In fact, he's such a regular client in there that they've actually got a wee name tag, a permanent one for his name on it, and the time 10 AM when he has his coffee. How cool's that? Speaking of my father, he built two of these. This is the Mapua ferry. He also built the flat bottom floozy, which is now my houseboat. Look at these mouldy artefacts. That's the old Mapua Wharf where we are now, one of the ships that came in. Martipole, the Mapua Boat Club. And my father built most of that in there too, with the help of a few blokes. Jumping off the wharf is an all-time favourite here in Mapua. All the kids do it, a few adults do it too. If you do come down to Mapua, you've got to go to the Jellyfish for a feed. Whilst Adventure Dan's burgers are pretty good, their tucker in there is bloody good too. And the service and the people are it's just fantastic, it really is. There's the old smokehouse, fish and chips, all-time Kiwi favourite, get a feed in there. That's the Apple Shed restaurant. I don't go in there much actually, I think I've been there twice. Here's the Mapua Channel, and we had killer whale up here the other day, feeding on stingray. The Remu wine bar in there also has music, and I've been in there for a glass of wine or two, and I can tell you, it's all top shelf stuff. This is where you'll hire a bike, so if you turn up to Mapua and you don't have a bike, just go in there and hire one. And what you do is you jump on it, jump on the ferry and go across to Rabbit Island, and you can do a travel round. Cool store gallery, too much stuff to show you, just amazing. And over here, delicious, and they've got some really cool stuff in there too. Kitchenware and gifts for people, load of shopping. One place you gotta go to in Mapua, woohoo! You gotta go to is the hat shop. It's famous, it's been here forever. There it goes there, Hat Factory. Always run it, and it's got every type of hat you can imagine. There's a couple of chariots going past. I have a special name for those, you probably know what that is if you watch the channel. We're on the move again now, and I never realised when I started making this video just how many places there are to visit. And to be honest with you guys, I'm only scratching the surface here at Mapua. And there goes the chariots again. I can't come to Mapua without telling you about this place. This here used to be where the old FCC site was. That's where they used to make all of the things like paraquat 245, all of those chemicals that can make you sick. I used to live in that yellow house there for a long time, years ago. And when they did the clean-up operation, all the dust went in the air, and we breathed a lot of it in. They said we wouldn't, but we did, and we smelled it. And if you want to dig deeper, you'll find out stuff. There was a lot of stuff that was done very badly here by the guys that cleaned it up. A lot of stuff, a lot of mistakes were made, a lot of covering up. I know, because I was living here. And there still is contamination, although they've mostly got most of it cleaned up today. Most of it's safe, but back then it wasn't. The only thing is probably under this road here, they never dug that up. There probably is still contamination under there, but let's face it, there's contamination everywhere in the world now. But that's kind of a dark part of Mapua, and I want to just talk about that because it's part of my past and quite a few people's past, and it needs to be said. Yes, it wasn't handled anywhere near as well as it could have been. And that's not just my opinion, that's the opinion of many people that live down here. And some of those people are no longer here. One of the things during the clean-up operation was we had continued vibration. Well, not continue, actually, they did close the plant down at night from 10 till 7 in the morning, but through the day. And people went around like checking the houses, making sure everything's okay. They tried to do as best they could, but one of the houses down here on this side of the road, the lady in there, Mary, she said that they went in there and they put bits of cardboard in places where their house was vibrating, trying to cover it up. Can you believe that? A lot of things were done poorly. It wasn't the council's fault. You couldn't really say it was any one person's fault because it was a collective of people working on it, but it could have been done better. I guess it was an experiment, and us locals, we paid the price for it. Some of us did, and others it had no effect on them all, and they're still living here happily as. So anyway, it's past now, and that's where it belongs, in the past. But I did want to share that with you. We're driving down Tahi Street to Grossie Point. If you follow my fishing videos, you will have been down here before, Grossie Point. It's a magic place. In a day, the Aqua Lady was a proud boat. It was one of the fastest boats around here. Today it's pretty much a home to the shags, although it's still owned by someone. And that's my boat. I haven't really got a name for it. It's Kauri Hull, and she's sweet as. This here is to remind us of Chris McDonald. He was my vet. 2010, he died tragically in the plane crash at Fox Glacier. Him and a whole bunch of other people. And this has been left as a seat to remember him by. He was a good bastard. He was a good vet too. And this is where I sit quite often. My dad used to walk down every morning until he couldn't walk anymore, and he used to sit in the same seat. Now I come down here and I rest here and just look out here. This is a fishing ground. It's an awesome place. My houseboat's around the corner, and there's hardly a week goes by that I don't come down here. Well, I do come down every week because I go on my boat. This was Mapua, just a very brief snapshot of it that I wanted to show you guys, and there's a whole lot more. I'd need to make probably 4 or 5 of these videos to cover half of it, but it's just some of it. I hope you enjoyed this video on my little village. I'm proud to come from here and to live here. It's an awesome place. If you're ever going through New Zealand, make sure you drop into Mapua. This place is magic. It's just like nowhere else on the planet, and I've been around the world 13 times now, and I will always come back here. It's home. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for your time, appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be good, can't be good, be careful, and we'll see you in the next video. See you later.